Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the show, Singles Corner. Shout out to Couples Diary for putting the show together. And if you are just joining, we are having a very educative but also entertaining session. I'm your host, Daniel Moshola, and today I have somebody very special, somebody very spectacular with me in the studio today. Can you say hi to the camera?
Hi.
Please do well to introduce yourself, ma'am.
Okay, my name is Precious, aka what? Whatever you want to give it. My name is Precious, and I am happy. I am glad to be here, and I hope you do well. So click that like button, girl. Click it.
All right, thank you so much for coming back on the show. It's good to see you. How have it been?
Thank you. I'm fine. I'm doing good. As you can
Yeah,
see,
you look
my
it, you
skin is
look
glowing.
it. That's it. So, thank you everybody for joining. Yeah, so today we'll be having a robust conversations on relationship. Yeah, the topic for today's session is relationship palaver. You see that case study relationship, the palaver to
Nah,
plenty.
real
Like,
palaver.
if you don't get mind, no put your head. If you know you ain't ready for it, then I would recommend you don't go into it. And one of the reasons why we are doing this, we're putting this show up, is to equip, to educate, and also to inform singles and young adults who are aspiring to be in a relationship or those who are already in one relationship. We don't know it all. We're only sharing our ideas, we're only sharing our views, we're only sharing our perspective. So please, we want to appreciate those of you that have been engaging. We want to ask you to do more to, engage, follow, repost, and share our views on all platforms. The handle still remains at the Couples Diary. Thank you for doing so. All right, so today we want to talk about we have a whole lot of views to talk about actually, but I can assure you one thing: it's not gonna get boring. Definitely, it's gonna get interesting as we go on. So the first video one we're talking about today has to do with two lovebirds. Yeah. When I watched that video, a lot of things came to my mind. I even remember one of these nursery rhymes. There are two blackbirds sitting on the wall. Like these two, they sat on the wall for 7 years.
They did not fall.
They didn't fall. Like
Can't wait.
I need to really understand the gravity behind their stability on that wall. Because being in a relationship for 7 years, come on, bro, how did you do it? Well,
Nah, God run now for them.
but I wouldn't want to be skeptical, but I think we should give accolades to the guys. The guy that tried, not the girl.
3 busa for them.
3 busa for guys, Abby.
For which guys? For them. What happened to the girl? That is racism. For women. Busa.
Like,
try.
Man, it's a big one. Like 7 years. I'm trying to process a lot of things, and one of the things that keeps coming to my mind is, okay, so how long did the talking stage last for?
If you ask me, now what to ask you?
All right, so before for those of you that are lost, some people are not privileged to have seen the video, because anybody that has watched that video is privileged.
Yes.
Like, yeah, it's a privilege. Like, so for those of you that are here to see the video we're talking about, we are going to play the video now on your screens, and we will take the conversation from there. Stay tuned. Come on. Hey. Love is everywhere. Love is in the air.
Means you're not smart if you don't want it to catch you.
like wow. Man, it's the caption for me. Patience is the key. Like, patience is the key. So let's start the conversation from there. So I'm trying to process the first question to ask you. Like, so what's your take? 7 years dating, cutting, being together. We don't have details, so we really can't say, but we can just try to relate to it. So first thing first, 7 years, what's your take?
What be beans? Because within 7 years, I can have a child.
Very true.
Within 7 years.
Very true. You say one or two.
I can build my own mansion. Can can buy my own house within 7 years.
Very true.
Ah, devote time, resources, energy, my mentality. 7 years.
Like
She tried.
it's a big investment.
Ha! Investment is supposed to yield better money.
So for me, from the video, what do you think? What stood out for you? Like, what's very particular about? For me, I'm seeing the. I'm trying to look at the expression on the guy's face. Like, you see that man. This man is. It's more like when Chelsea came back to win Champions League. It's just like Chelsea
Okay.
coming. Sorry, I'm not trying to shoot my shot at Chelsea fans. I'm not using this opportunity. It just came out. So just
You know
accept
them
that.
come for you. I'm not doing
But really, I'm trying to like look at the joy. Look at his expression. Like,
it's more like,
how would the journey had been like?
have you ever seen a scenario of a father when they just introduce his child or allow him into the world where his wife just gave birth? The joy.
Like,
Yes, more like an accomplishment. 7 years. And you say you should not be happy. Please, oh. I feel like he has made a lot of investments, both the guy and the girl. They've made
proper.
lots of investments into the relationship, so they both deserve to be happy. The guy might have put funds, the girl must have put lots of her time,
Commitment,
energy,
particularly.
everything, commitment, that's the word. Lots of it into the relationship for everything to work. In fact, the girl must have fought with lots of her friends. Those friends that were like, this guy is not good for you.
This guy's
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
just is going to stay
He
in your
doesn't
wife.
fit your standard.
Hmm.
Yes. He doesn't tick those boxes. Yeah. So she must have fought with lots of them and then for them to end up here, she'll have to splash that ring at their face. I'm married.
Finally, it paid off.
Yeah, so it's more like an accomplishment for both of them. They must have been looking forward to that day themselves for 7 years. Ha. She has
Yeah,
tried.
you're really emphasizing the
the
duration.
7 years. Ha.
So
Second year like this, I'm already thinking, when will this man pop the question? Because I'm already 2 years into this relationship. For 7 years. 7 good years. She has tried.
it was a really big one, a really big one. So I'll pick my first questions from some of the things you've said. So
Okay.
number one, you talked about ticking the boxes. It's so
Okay.
sad. It's so sad because you see a lot of relationship actually had fallen out because one person was unable to tick all of the boxes on the second person's list. All this bucket list, all this wish list, all this wish list paparazzi, like all this wish list
Well,
palava.
it's not bucket
Really?
list per se.
Me, I want to call it bucket list because sometimes your bucket is not always full and you are looking forward to filling this bucket before you go ahead with it. But a lot of relationships are actually falling out because either both parties are not meeting up with the terms and conditions. It's more like as if it's a contract. It's a contract, and both parties are not meeting up to their prerequisites. So, and a lot of relationships have not been able to, have headway. A lot of relationships are falling out of the way. A lot of persons have thrown in the towel along the line, and we see people that started well. Is either they break up, there's an heartbreak, one person has to leave the other, one has to cheat on the other because of. So what's your recommendation? What's your advice? Because it's so sad that this present age, any relationship that lasts for 2 years is almost like a miracle. Like it's almost like you rarely come across things like this. I guess that yeah, very true. Because for us to be having a conversation on it,
Let me correct you at that point.
mm,
It's not like it doesn't happen. It's not that rare. It's just that you don't
Really?
really look into it. Yes.
mm,
Because there are relationships that for me, I don't understand what we are doing together for like 5 years, but
now you're
then
talking.
people do what they want. But 7 years, I feel like the guy must have been trying to get himself ready, or the girl. Either ways, they are trying to get themselves ready for this married thing. But for the fact that he's the guy that is going to put the question, I feel like he was trying to get himself ready. financially, mentally, all of those things. In relationship devotion, is different from the kind of devotion you put into marriage.
Very
So the
true.
moment you pop the question, I become we're engaged and ah your devotion go past morning devotion while they do for my house because every day consistency you have to be consistent and everything has to be going on. So it's just like the video says, relation and patience. The major, not anyhow key. You know, say you get some kind spec key, if you just alter the thing, get some kind way say you do new, you know, do that in secondary school. Don't let's talk about
Let's
it.
talk about it, please.
So there's a way you have to just put your time, your effort, everything together, and then the guy will just be like, okay, I think it's time for me to ask this girl, will you marry me and stuff. And the moment that question comes up, automatically everything becomes um paid off.
Mm-hmm.
All your efforts did not go to waste. Unlike some of us that wasted how many years and then
Oh, oh,
I
oh,
have experience.
oh,
Let's not go there.
oh, oh, oh. So I feel for this book, for these couples, like couples
No, it's
today.
actually something to be really happy about.
Well,
I'm really,
yeah,
really happy for them because ah 7, you see the way I'm emphasizing on 7 good years.
yeah, I can relate.
She has luck. But then at the same time, because he popped the question does not mean it's actually going to be devoted that I'm about to be a married man. You've not seen relationship that they call off on wedding day, or you've not heard of divorce. Ha.
Wow,
Oh,
that's a different school of thought because
but
for
then for me, God forbid, oh, God forbid. But 7 years, we now marry. You will not say that you want to divorce. Ha.
ah,
I'm a Benin girl,
Bini
oh. I'm a Benin
oh.
girl, oh. If you try one call.
Oh,
Hello, auntie. All those aunties where they follow person up and down for village. Now they will get to be useful. Just call them. This is what is happening. Oh. This boy is about to, you know what to do. Arrange it. But no, just joking. I can't do. I can't do that. No. I'm just joking. But then it doesn't mean because he already popped the question that things will actually go smooth and sweet during the relationship. To still get off and all, but the fact that they've been able to pass 7 years together with all the trials, the temptations, everything they had to go through, at least to an extent, they should be able to face what is to come in the marriage sector.
yeah. Now that's building up some questions in mind now, like because I'm trying to imagine.
Okay.
I try to, sometimes I like to put myself in scenarios to be able to relate well with it. So why would I court you
Mm-hmm.
for 7 years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I saw I saw anything that could have posed as a red flag.
Okay.
I was able to identify all the indicators that I know that I can't cope with, but I still went ahead to either ignore or choose to manage it and propose. Then let's say 2 3 years down the line in marriage,
Mm-hmm.
I'm filing for a divorce or a divorce. Like, does it make sense?
Now that's
Does
where
it does
this
it make
whole thing
sense?
of this drama of um I'll teach him, I'll manage him, like I can change him, that kind of thing. You know now. Maybe for example, if a girl that is allergic to smoke and all of that thing, and then the guy she's dating is actually a very conk smoker, and then it ticks all of that box, but then that one is one red flag. But then you're like, he has ticked all these boxes. What do I do? And I can manage him. Yeah, that's where it comes in place. I feel like my major advice is if you're in that kind of scenario, you cannot change any man. For a lady, you cannot change anybody. Even for the guys, you cannot change your woman. My mother will always say, just pray about it. If the guy no fit change, if God no fit change am, you no fit change am, wetin you wan do? Who you be? Even chose himself no fit do anything. But there,
Wow,
you
wow,
can't you
wow.
can't do any, you can't change anybody. Once you see that the major thing that is a red flag in that relationship is something that you cannot manage, my sister, pick your slippers, ere, run. But aside that, if it's something that you feel like you can still manage, go ahead.
Hmm. Hmm. Because really, before you would make that decision, you should have thought about the fact that this is a lifetime decision. Like, see, marriage, it's a school without an end. So you should know that whatever it is I'm getting in myself involved is till eternity. At least you read out the vows till death do us part, in sickness and in health.
Okay, that's why I
In
said
ticking my box and in not ticking my box. In managing your like in being able to manage you and in me losing it, at least I should be able to stick in. So why stay for long in something that you know you have you have a limit, like your threshold can't, there's a point you would get to, you can't take it anymore.
Yeah. So that's why I said it's what's that word? It varies. If it's something that you can manage, like it's not so bad. For example, if in my box I ticked that I have a box that says the guy has to be extra romantic. And it doesn't tick that box. Like Igbo men don't call for me, but there are some Igbo men that they are not so romantic. They are only just baby take money, baby, yeah, stuff like that. But then if other thing, it ticks other thing and then it's not romantic, you know that's not a major factor. You can still go ahead.
But it's enough to file a divorce, right?
Fine, divorce, kwa. For where money dey? Abeg go.
But for some actually, now you see, this is it. We are in a world where a lot of things are really happening. It's so sad that you can hardly differentiate between what is good and what is bad. Like the two words that is trending now is what is good and what is right.
Yeah.
So what might not be pleasant to the ear or the right thing to do, but because it's good, it meets a need, it brings satisfaction, a lot of people opt for it. Now, still dwelling on the example you cited, the romantic part.
But do you feel like, sorry to cut you, do you feel like being romantic is not something you can learn along the line?
Why?
That's why I said it is not a major factor. It is not a major factor. It's something very, very minor. It can always come along. During relationship now, once he's saying that I'll be the one to even teach him. Baby, do like this now. No be so they do am now. That kind of thing. I'll be the one to teach him. But then something that is extra, like major. For me now, I don't like guys that smoke. Now imagine me trying to say that I want to manage a guy that actually smokes. How? Imagine trying to say you want to take breast from a toddler, somebody that is like 2 months old. How do you expect the child to survive? That's the kind of scenario with a guy that smokes. So that's why I said it differs. Him being romantic is something you can actually learn along the line, but that one say they smoke, you know, feel leave am. Or say they womanize. You need a choosing. They pack woman. You need a choosing. You need a choosing miracle for that. See. Even God says no fit give you that kind of miracle.
But actually, it's there's nothing that is not possible. It can encounter Jesus, and let's not go religious. So the thing is, I always recommend, if you know you can cope, it's your decision. If you know you can't cope, please don't go into it, because you see, it would be so good, it would be so glad if we can have a world, we can be in a dispensation where we have less heartbreaks, we have minimal divorces, and because it's becoming like the
consistent.
Unemployment and divorce now, they are sharing statistics, like why? It's becoming a norm thing, like And
It's
is
trending. That's what is trending.
and if you check, if you probe, you see that it's minor things.
Very, very
The sad
minor.
part is what would have caused or led to that divorce is not something that just started happening. There are red
It's something
flags
that has been building.
that's in building that some of them have seen it, but they choose to ignore.
Just try to keep on.
They'll be like, no, because he's rich.
For
He has
example,
money, but it's not
there's
romantic.
this scenario that Nigerian movies love to bring up, yeah, of husband or boyfriends that beat their girlfriends, and then the girl will still try to stay in the relationship.
Nollywood.
I will manage. You manage what? By the time they beat the girl, you now say you want to manage that kind of person. How do you want to manage? How do you say such a man will change? Something that from dating section is already beating you. You now say you will marry. At that point, he has full control over your life.
Sincerely.
So anybody that comes to face him now, she's my wife. It is none of your business.
Definitely.
But then since it's just still relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, if you beat me now, I have mark. If I get to my father, I should see it. What happened to you? I know say Benin men, they use their pikin play. Once you see it, what happened to you? And I say is like, but what? When they go there,
Take me to his place.
you go first finish you first, before we now start looking for how to carry you to police station and be Yaba left, because it's only a madman that will raise his hand and beat a woman.
Very bad. Very
So
bad.
that kind of person cannot say he will change that kind of man, right? So that's why I'm still emphasizing it differs.
It differs. Very true.
This one now is something very serious. You need to, the moment he beats you,
And he's like, I'm playing with you.
no, maybe you just small, maybe light inconvenience from work, and then you just pause out
Sparks.
the whole aggression on you, and then he hits you. My sister, what are you waiting for? Pack your slippers, dust it, and run. Because that kind of person, if he faces even more challenges in life,
If he's on that trash direct.
he will not be able to hit his Apple laptop. He cannot throw away his iPhone 16. He cannot hit his TV. What's the smart TV now? He cannot hit his. You, how much did I pay for your bride price? You think he will not hit you? I lie you.
Like my coach usually say something. He said, if a man you are with can raise his hand to beat his sister, then
How
who
much
are
more?
you?
Like, who are
Then
you?
who are you?
I'm not a chosen at this point because they go beat you. Don't really say you will change you. They play.
So
Pity you.
some things can be changed, some things can be managed, but whichever thing that you think works for you. If you think you have the spirit of perseverance, your own is not patience now. You want to persevere. you are translating the virtue of long suffering.
You want to be a chosen woman.
Well, your
The Lord
choice.
has sent you. The Lord knows to send his own children to hellfire, because that one is hell on earth. By the time somebody like that, you settle down with a girl like that. God forbid. So coming back to this video, I feel like the girl would have checked all of these things and seen that, okay, the guy is actually worth staying with, is worth settling down with before she actually, if not, as he kneel down say, will you marry me 7 years? Heels that wait till they wear, I go come out until they run. Forget that we are in public, I will embarrass you. And then people will now come for interview later and ask me, what happened? This boy, they beat me. Then I still make I manage. You yourself now open yourself outside that this is what you've been going through. People will now question you that why did you stay in the relationship for 7 years when you knew that you're going to say no to such a thing. So I feel like she already checked all of these things. The guy too checked, because it's not only girls that get abused in relationships. Guys to get
Very true.
At times you see girl where they go gym. Yourself go fear. So by the time she already checked all of these things and sees that okay, and the guy to check, we're palatable. Ask the question, then she says yes. So start another episode of life.
Is it true that, last question on this,
Yeah.
is it true? Because I'm trying to, people say there's a school of thought that people hide their character, they hide who they are, they hide who they are, what they can be, what they can evolve into until they are finally settled in. Like, is it possible to hide a part of you for that long? 7 years. And what advice would you give to, okay, so some persons happen to either they are blinded by love or they choose to ignore some of these red flags. The two in one question. They choose to ignore some of these red flags. The question was popped
Okay.
and the answer was given and the knot was tied. And now they they are finally in it. They are in the mess. They are struggling to come outside, express themselves, and they can't take it anymore. They can't manage it. What's your advice for those two
Okay.
case scenarios?
So I'm going to merge the answers together here. For me, I feel like the guy or the girl, there's no how you'll be able to hide your true self. There is no how you'll be able to hide the kind of person you are at some point. At some point, when you're having an argument or something, it will definitely come up. You'll be able to see, so this is how this person is. There's no how. You cannot hide it for so long. As long as for this 7 years case scenario, you can't. At least a little hint, the guy would have seen that this girl has this kind of thing, this guy has this kind of thing. By the time you see it together like this, that's where the whole blinded by love comes in. Blinded by love, choose to ignore. The whole thing becomes a whole war zone entirely.
Ozone, true.
Yeah. So once you see that kind of thing at first in a relationship, I feel that you should talk about it. Talk about it. Babe, this is what I noticed whenever you're angry. Because most of those things actually come out when the person is angry. Anger, So most of those things actually
It
happen
can bring
when
out the demon in you.
they're both angry or something happened or something. So you definitely get to see it. And when the person is calm, just talk about it. Bring it up. Bring it up. Let's table the matter. Let's know what we are doing. Babe, this can't go on. Try to look for possible ways to like subside it so that whenever the person gets angry or something happens, you get to be able to okay, this is how I can help my babe to manage this situation, stuff like that. Yes. So that's how it is.
Okay, thank you so much. I believe we've really learned so much. I thought we've been able to pick out the important things, the lessons to be learned, and it's not just about the whole scenario of pop the question. Be sure that before you even it should start from your decision to go into a relationship, not until
Yeah.
when you want to get married, not until when you want to settle down and start building a family with whoever it is you choose to be your partner. You should be sure within yourself that you've asked the right questions. You choose not to ignore even the lightest of things, and I trust that you've been able to pick things to learn, things to hold on to, and particularly things to ignore. So I'm seeing a lot of engagement on the comment section. Thank you everybody for your comments. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the repost. Thank you so much.